Alright, ebusuan mu bibia kwa banfambra 2K ni sem bloss so YouTube so ase ebusuan for ya ba as usual. Ensem ahodo a ekoso e Ghana ase no. Ana ye de beso mehwefo ene atiefo nya na ebusuan me no kase no. De tie nyina ne se eye Owura John Dramani Mahama eyi ne se onhwe eye Ghana eye yenkomodie ho ensensem ho ana se ensem bi be abonten no Owura yi enhwe so eye Sam George ebusuan de tie nyina se Sam George ensem bi na momframa mu ne se was suspended a year radio stations, any TV stations, Mahu 56. Now, we mu anachise muchim say, didn't never man suspended TV stations and radio stations. The Italian says, Uncle for more licenses, just say, and semi brina and a war home. A man sending Chimo Babitu say, WONTUMI TV, WONTUMI media, or more so home a yaka. Nebuzia, Mempesem Caspetin and Quebeco, Niaquaco Jensen in Enchimo Eddie Abaiba, Babetnas near the home and Commerce City, Messrs. When you're subscribing from Mamma, not subscribing, maybe be also at me. I come up Mamiding at a quam gentle.
The conditions for their licenses will not be met. But like I said, I will not, like the previous administration did, be revoking licenses. There's a difference between the two. I will be suspending the licenses, offering them the opportunity to remedy the anomaly in their cases. And in this case, there are huge fines to be paid. But once again, President Mahama has intervened and asked that we waive all those fines. In some of the instances, some of the fines are as much as 4 million Ghana cedis. And so this shows you that there is absolutely no malice in the action. Once again, President Mahama has intervened and asked that we waive all those fines. In some of the instances, some of the fines are as much as 4 million Ghana cedis. The anomaly in their cases. And in this case, there are huge fines to be paid. But once again, President Mahama has intervened and asked that we waive all those fines. In some of the instances, some of the fines are as much as 4 million Ghana cedis. And so this shows you that there is absolutely no malice in the action that we are taking. We're waiving it. We'll be giving them a window frame to remedy their situation. The 6 that were affected in the first phase, 3 of them have indicated to us and brought to the regulator the documentation required for the restoration of their frequencies. And I'll be authorizing the restoration of their frequencies. So no one should equate this or mistake this for the high-handed irrationality and politically minded actions that happened in the past.
All right, a year PZ4 Mama Jum because Brofone Yado, so I'm before this is your English in here. Intimation any woman the problem. You say Gina PZ. Now, I have Sam George and the Okasan or say a buying a take a decision be. Decision in Yana say, send a bit to me no cre at Ghana. Send a bit to me a no cre abo ubiaho buying. Send ya a year media houses. You can say media houses and your radio your print for ho. Maybe this a Ghana Weber or Muchatro, any other media outlets. Or say a bino a form wajuni say where the Ekoma radio stations in Gua or say a year radio stations by 57 dear. Omo license no ye ba suspended. Or can be or see there's a difference between revoke and suspend. Dear Oslo Wusuni MPP by ye. Omoni daho said that a revoking for license no. The difference between revoking and say obi ewa krata also ye juma na waje na wakache ne say medum u TV medum u radio wontumi nkasa mfrema mu biem medum no ene ya revoking ya ka say ya lines ya suspend ya meaning say why ya ade bia ewo say se bia wo kire se de ade na wo ye no wontumi wonya saade ni biem wakire se efiti ebia enne kono nsem bia na wo ka nyome bia na wo ye wodi wo radio no ana wo TV no eya na etia kabi mami kabi etia eye nsem ebetumi akyekyere man no nyoma waye a endi mu a etumi sai kuro atro a wodi wo radio no edi no wagye atum se ampa wo yeye na ekọ anim no saa nyoma no wo betwe wo hu afiri ho na wantwe wo hu afiri ho a ye betumi revoke anase ye betumi edum no enti for now no Sam George say the 57 radio stations no or ba suspend the license no if you say sa suspension no ebi kura deka Yakikaboma Eyako 4 million Ghana. Now John Mahama Naka or see. It is very important we keep our media houses, our radio, and the media part of governance. And when we said to do the catch, say Sam George, any ministry near my gonna say, Omu Kodisikanin Kuechia, Omu Dudono, and Yadi Ombasaba online beam. Because Obuha, Ebia, mistake oyeno, nenya deliberate. A bibuso ha, mistake no moyeno, deliberate. In the John say, Sika Semne womuno, Sam George Fanton Chanka crack. Now, adhere to the rules and regulations. On for running ye Juma, Sam George say on a Ghana Broadcasters Association at Nasi. I'm on Matia say decision we are all taking, and ya decision or share them, and I say, or it's mupo, and it comes with some malice. And yet decision are purely based on evidence, ekutano, and it based on emra a body Juma ho buying. Into ono onya asla ousu. Sebio etimodin any or time any nkwasiade or sheda edum radio gold GM license shutting it down also on yes sir. Yeah, Baba suspend the 57 radio stations way. Na obi obaba beka na asem ye abekire se wonu no ho bone a odi ye no sebio na nani da ho na nani nda ho na emom yensama na another chance to continue production or say they are open to that conversation into Oma Asanteman Oma Bonomai, Cape Coast Mine, Oma Awanafo, any Edian, Srebufo, and Zemafo, Obiatia say, NDC abaning to say MPP abaya, Omu oppositioner, Oma Junior say, or some ba no mube say ubi juma. But the Omu person we say, Omu person bo Ghana ho buying. Omu person Omu bo Kebima min kebi ho buying. Omu person mu make sure say radio station assembly be free wa baby na eya sema eya no kuretro a ebeboa oman no enu ntina eya communications minister Sam George no make sure say radio stations are omafum emra no e wo say ye suspend ye gi eya den omo license no na ye gina ho kakra na ye totototo omo nyoma yi na omo ti ase say emra ba every say Neka semuno or see radio station bebre akoshe bibia e frɛ no ɛyɛ freedom of speech ana kebi mami kebi ana say we dia yetumi kasa na obi antumi mboy ano so no or see radio stations bebre wo Ghana nipa bie bie ɛna ma hyɛ da akɔka freedom of speech ɔma kɔhyɛ akyire ɛna ɔmo didi dwirim ɔmo didi bɔne ɔmo di twatro ɔmo de say man no saa nyoma nti ɛna wagina Ghana mraso as a minister to make sure say you are suspending 57 of them and make sure say omo adhere to the rules and regulations before their licenses are given back to them. Send ye beya on our way no so be sa ejina efum sam rana and you bet make say a deliberate and that the laws have to apply. Maybe he needs or he will have to activate the revoking keys. And for now it's going to be suspension. Say obi after suspension no na se yesa de munkra tamamo na yeka se munko ye dwuma nko ka no kore na yesa kotiam na ehu se moni da ho twantro say man no egu nkofo hu fi abra mu ninjina so a ene de he can revoke meaning obeji mo license enfiri mu nsem na enfiremem mu mba biem. This is a good one because you see it's always good to give people second chances. It is always to make sure people are given second chances to correct their mistakes. This is a democracy. This is not a tyranny. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they want every Ghanaian to understand, say, as we are resetting, we should always understand, say, we have made mistakes and we will not go back to those mistakes. And it's not Ghana for any answer for the one say, we are not going to go back to bringing MPP back to power because it will be called haram. Into yamamu opportunity way to just suspend and to sit and to make sure you do things right. So we are arguing say we are MPP radio station. What the ubekatro? Not the evidence na clear. Not the communications ministry and investigations. Not in so more. What they need to do, people like us, we will support the minister to revoke your license. And kusie anaka kobia nigano babetina radio so. Abekan kwasi asam say the NDC government is suppressing freedom of speech. Because today, the NDC government is giving the benefit of the doubt and allowing people who have committed crimes, who have deliberately done things that were against your freedom of speech in Ghana, to get a second chance to operate. Into a Chinebi radio station, kwasiebi kodin kwasiasam, missing for me, kodissing for me, and making sure say, omo platform bedada Ghana for near doom no for good. Mema kakotibia mekan kwasiasam. Say NDC ni John Mahama mo omo tata Ghana for omo pese Ghana radio bekasa. So you people should understand this issue. This is a government that is thinking twice. This is a government that is being matured. This is a government that is taking decisions that will not only benefit the government, but also you, the Ghanaian and entrepreneur. Because radio station be going to be independent NDC be into a binary amount for investment. That is why the government is giving the radio stations second chance. That is why the government of the day is giving these radio stations second chance. Because some of the radio stations, and Ghana for they have been employed. And the government doesn't want to take harsh decisions to do what? Put people in the unemployment bracket. The government doesn't want to do that. The government wants to protect jobs. But when people deliberately decide to say, upon all the things the government will do to protect jobs and protect investment, they are not going to be intelligent enough to understand to say, on my way now, the rules and regulations and the government will have no option than to revoke license and take those radio stations out of the system. As simple as that. Sam George also at the Asamfo bi ensa tudwa momentie Asamfo no. The National Information Technology Agency has only 25 Ghana cedis in its account at the Bank of Ghana, but owes over 813 million Ghana cedis. You see, the National Information Technology Agency, NETA, Nanado Dankweku Fuadomo, Ejama NDC Abaino. Sam George and the press conference where you the Sam George Kanye.
NITA, the National IT Agency, for example, has 25 Ghana cedis, 8 pesos. I repeat that, 25 Ghana cedis, 8 pesos, as is bank balance at the Bank of Ghana. Meanwhile, the agency owes 813,486,505 Ghana cedis, 89 pesos. But what they have in their account is 25 Ghana cedis. This is the ministry that we inherited. This is what we took over. NITA, for example, has a certain contract arrangement with a third-party vendor. I have summoned the third-party vendor to appear before me tomorrow because I do not understand how all the revenue coming to NITA, the previous administration signed a contract that has taken all of that fund, all the revenue that comes, and gives it to a third party. And so NITA is not getting any money. And so you ask yourself, almost everything at the ministry goes to a third party. So NITA has 25 cedis sitting in his account. Meanwhile, just for the month of January, the payments from services that are run using NITA's infrastructure that I was supposed to approve to a third-party company was almost 4 million Ghana cedis. I have refused to sign it. And I've insisted that I've referred it to the Attorney General. I will not sign any such payment until I understand why NITA is not getting a dime and a private sector player is using NITA's infrastructure, earning in excess of almost 4 million Ghana cedis, and NITA is, all the debt is sitting on NITA's books, and all the revenue is going to a private sector. I mean, the ministry is the true definition of state capture.
Ebia minority after your market minority make can kwasi asem say oh na Sam George in some kind no engineer so way yeni ankasa ye wurewure makopie Bank of Ghana through our checks no my team no some can say we are ahead of this government. Now me be chiramo adie if what the minister is saying is a lie, Kakobia obe raise issue bia about it no should go to court. At the end of the day, Abani started to that 20 billion cedis is with a third party. Individual bia na our MPP abemu omu lead agency no and a tenancy assign contractor omu making sure say every single money or revenue NITA generates it slips into a third party's account. Into Ochina ya frequency am paying me say ombe questions anwa na wunya afenyo marking a content creator who stands in parliament and fools the NPP thinking say he is doing something. Come to the public to lie. I know now again and why should we give power to the NPP again? Because the minority in parliament, they are content creators. Afenyo Markin is a content creator. Now, yanko shen kratanim. Let me put the evidence out for Ghanaians to know the damage. We're part 1. As Sam George Kayano, we have been able to do our own research. Say documents say Sam George, and in the communications ministry, and the Bank of Ghana, G2 say a tra, or China they can release a statement and say document here Kevin Taylor ever publish it, and actually we are seeing the document in a fake. These are the documents from Bank of Ghana. Actually, a bondia neta for NPP for DA and son of free power. Gigim, let me show you. Now you see this document. You have a kind in your. Now the document, this is a document the Bank of Ghana they have.